day, grade 7. This is Teacher Kat from the Division of Cabanatuan. Let me guide you on this new learning journey.
To get you ready, prepare your ballpen, notebook, and make sure you're in your most comfortable learning spot. Today, we will be learning on how to determine the worth of ideas mentioned in the text listened to. And at the end of this lesson, you're expected to first, enumerate the ways of being an effective listener. And second, identify the worthy ideas from a given text. As we start, I want you to close your eyes and think of your most favorite song. Why do you think you like that song? Actually, everyone has a reason for loving a song. For some, it's because of the rhythm, and for others, somehow it might be the lyrics. If these are your reasons, then you might be a good listener. Speaking of listening, let us have this trivia from listeningwisdom.org. First trivia. Did you know that the average person hears 20,000 to 30,000 words every day? That means that on average, we spend 80% of our waking hours communicating. At least 45% of that time is spent in listening. Second trivia. Did you know that after listening to someone talk, we can immediately recall about 50% of what was said? Actually, within 48 hours, that drops to a final effectiveness level of 25%. But even so, according to the research, we can still improve our listening effectiveness. Third trivia. We listen at 125 to 250 words per minute, but think at 1,000 to 3,000 words per minute. So what does that mean exactly? Adults have automatic auditory cognitive closure, meaning they can fill in the gaps if they don't hear some of the information a speaker is going to convey. Alright, always remember that part of being a good communicator means knowing how to listen. Developing good listening skills is important, especially when it comes to building strong professional and personal relationships. Being an effective listener means engaging your ears and your brain so you're tuned into what's being said, something that takes time to learn how to do. And so, here are the 12 keys to effective listening. First is maintain eye contact with the speaker as much as possible. Second, pay attention and listen for ideas. Third, find areas of interest. Fourth, pay attention to the facial expression and gesture of the one speaking. Don't forget to give the speaker your undivided attention and acknowledge the message. Recognize that nonverbal communication also speaks loudly. Fifth is judge content, not delivery. Sixth is don't interrupt the speaker and be patient. Seventh, hold back your points or counterpoints. 8. Resist distractions. Our personal filters like assumptions, judgments, and beliefs can distort what we hear. As a listener, your role is to understand it. This may require you to reflect on what is being said and to ask questions. 9. Keep your mind open and be flexible. 10. Ask questions during pauses and give feedback. 11. Listen with empathy to try and see the speaker's point of view. And 12. Anticipate, summarize, weigh the evidence, and look between the lines. When listening, try to suspend your assumptions, refrain from making judgment, and silence your inner chatter long enough to listen to what the other person is saying. As Deborah Tannen, an author of many books on communication, writes, it's a sign of respect and it makes people feel valued. Upon listening, let's all remember that speakers can create hundreds of ideas, but not all of the ideas are worth remembering. The number of worthy ideas present within a text can be one or more depending on the speaker's message. Added to that, keep in mind that not all of them are worth remembering. And so, to determine the worth of idea in a listening text, we should look at first how rare it is, and second, how worth keeping it is. Added to that, be guided also by these 5 questions. First, what is the topic of the text you are listening to? Second, what is the important idea presented in the text? Third, how is the idea being presented? Explicit or implied? Fourth, what helped you determine the worthy ideas presented? Fifth, is the idea presented worth keeping and worth sharing with others, and why? Okay, now let's proceed with a simple review. Can you enumerate at least 5 keys to effective listening? Very good! Now that you are equipped from the things that you've learned from this lesson, I am sure that you are now ready for an activity. For the direction, on your notebook, write yes if the given statement shows how to get worth of ideas in the text listened to, and no if otherwise. For number 1, test the conclusions and generalizations. The correct answer is yes. Number 2, only select the things that you want to hear. The correct answer is no. Number 3, always consider your opinion whenever you interpret what you have listened to. The correct answer is no. Number 4, read between the lines by recognizing what is not said or stated. The correct answer is yes. Number 5, gather relevant information. The correct answer is yes. Did you get a good score? That's awesome!
And that ends our lesson for today. This is Teacher Kat saying, keep on listening and you will surely learn something.